We joined Pete Botha at Dare to Dream Racing to take us through his runners for Hollywood Bets Kenilworth on Saturday the 22nd of July. And Pete, your day starts in race 1 with Clip and DeBoss, the elusive Ford first timer. What are you expecting?
Vicky, look, he's not a bad horse. He's a nice mover and all that, but he's just not ready. The only reason for running him now is for him to have a run down the straight before we go to Durbanville. I'm hoping that he can surprise me a little bit and run better than what I'm thinking. But I just think he's going to be very green and lost. And ideally, I actually would have preferred 1,000 meters for him. I think in the heavy going in the 1,200, he's probably going to get very tired. So I think he's going to need this run quite badly.
Race 2, the Cape Racing Sales Maiden Juvenile Plate over the 1,200. 2 runners, Jovial being the Pomodoro first timer. You've got Devin Up.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing, really. He's a smart-looking horse, very nice mover, but he's a big horse. He's a very big horse, and I think he needs more time to find himself. And I think he could surprise me a little bit, only because he's such a nice worker and he's such a lazy horse that doesn't really do much. But when he did go through the pens. Devin got off and he was quite pleased with what he felt. So I'm hoping that he can surprise me, but honestly I think he's going to need to run quite a bit as well. When you see him, you'll see he's still very, very soft. So and his horse is looking for a lot more ground. So again, just going out for the experience down the straight, and I think he's going to get tired.
You've got the filly Princess Raya, who gets the benefit of the sex allowance. She comes from a lovely family. Do you think that she'll be ready?
I think she's a very nice filly, but no, I don't think she's ready. Actually, I don't think she's anywhere near ready, to be honest. She's just ready for a gallop. That's pretty much it. And she's going to be ready in about 3 months' time again. I would think. But that's Durbanville, and I didn't want to run her first time around the turn, so she's just going there for the experience as well. Also, a filly that's looking for more ground. Keenan, unfortunately, is not here, but he likes his filly a lot. So. I'm hoping that she can surprise me and run a good race, but my expectations, I think she's going to be very green, and I think she's going to need this one quite badly as well.
Race 3, the Cape Turf Club Maiden Juvenile Plate over the 1,400. You've got King for It's nice having Richard freelancing that you get to have him aboard. He steps up over the 14. Will he enjoy the trip? Yeah,
I think he will. And yeah, nice replacement for Keenan. So quite lucky there. He's not a bad horse. I don't think he's he's a Give Me the Green Light, and you have high expectations for Give Me the Green Lights. I don't think he's quite that good. But he's not a bad horse, and he's making improvement. He ran a very good race first time out, and we expected him to come on from that, which he did in work, but not in races. So both these next 2 runs, Keenan said, every time he just got a little bit of pressure, he backed out of it. So just needing the racing to gain experience. I do feel that he's made a big steps from his last run to now, and that's the reason for going around the turn now, because I think he's ready for it. He's been wanting it and he's ready for it, and I'm expecting him to run a very good race. I can't be too bullish on him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did win the race. It's quite a competitive field, and it's not going to be easy for him. But yeah, I think he's one of our better runners for the day.
Talking about better runners in race 4, the Cape Turf Club Syndicates. It's the Cape A Stakes, like a sprint feature really, with Ragnar Losbrock, 51 kilos, lovely lightweight. And do you think that tactics-wise he could pull it off on a soft track?
Vicky, he's this is it's a hell of a strong race. So it's not the ideal race for him, and the only reason really why he's running there is because he doesn't run at Durbanville. He's just never done well at Durbanville this horse. So it's last chance for him at Kenilworth, and so we're taking our chances. And he came in with a lightweight, and I managed to get Josh that can do the weight. So I thought, at that, in the heavy going, because he loves the heavy going, he could maybe just pop up. He could surprise us. Ideally, this is a horse that doesn't like to run too many races on top of each other. That we have realised, but we have to take our chance. It's our last run at Kenilworth, so that's pretty much really the only reason why he's running. But in saying that, he's looking good. He's nice and fresh. I haven't done anything with him. He's only trotted since his last run to now. But he's nice and sound. He's fresh. He seems to be in a good space. So because of the weight, even though he's running against these big horses, because of the weight and the heavy conditions, I would definitely include him in all your bets. But that's pretty much going to be it. It's only because of what's in his favour.
You've got Sonic Burst talking about towards the end of their careers. She takes on the Olympic Jewel Stakes over the 1200. It's always worth a sneak at the black type.
Well, Vicky, she's going off to stud, so this is supposed to be her last run. This was on the cards for quite a while. She's just in a place right now where she just doesn't want to do it anymore. She's got the ability, I think, to beat a field like this, but she just doesn't want to. She's not putting it in at the moment. So there is another race for her again. I think it's on the 3rd of August, and maybe that will be her last run, depending on how she comes back out of this. But this was planned to be a last run, and we're taking a chance. She's group placed, but she hasn't won, and it would be very nice before she goes off to stud to get a listed winner. So we're hoping for it, and I would put her in. I definitely wouldn't leave her out, because I know she's got the ability to beat a field like this. And again, at the weights, in the heavy conditions, I would include her. But she's not quite the horse that she was a year ago.
Then a really exciting runner in the World Sports Betting Langerman, race 7 over the 1500 metres. Tyrion Lannister, Pure Straight him up, and he seems to be improving with every run. Do you think he'll be his best or better over the 1500?
Yeah. I so badly want this horse to win a race and just throw him out for a while to just grow and mature in that, because he's a big baby. I believe he's got the ability. Otherwise, I wouldn't have him in this race. But I know that he's not quite ready yet. He hasn't matured. I think he needs a little bit more time to mature. But I'm hoping that his ability can help him through this race. It's a hell of a strong race, and the only reason really why I left him in was because October Morn was taken out. I wouldn't have run him if October Morn was in this race, but because she was taken out, I thought, let me take a chance, and I believe that he's got the ability. So I think he's probably the only maiden in the race, but he's a horse that he won't be a maiden for long. So again, for the guys taking the wider perms and all that, I would definitely put him in, because I think he's a nice horse. He's an improving horse.
Pete, thank you, and all the best with your runners.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, that's Pete Botha taking us through his runners, and always valuable tips and advice with regards to the feedback from Pete.